Harmony. It's time to check in with Fifth Harmony. Super happy to have the ladies stop by the office in the midst of a very busy week. They dropped their album, they performed at the VMAs, and they stopped by the Billboard offices all in the same week. We talked to the group about the new music and everything, their hectic schedule, much more. Happy to have them back on the Pop Shop podcast. So take a listen to our chat with Fifth Harmony.
Long as you're holding me down, I'm gonna keep loving you down.
Thank you to Fifth Harmony for stopping by the Pop Shop podcast here at Billboard.
Thanks for having us with your Gucci socks.
Yeah.
I'm wearing
Literally
Gucci Mane socks.
Gucci Mane.
They're epic.
He's the best.
Super epic.
He's on. You guys just performed with him. You
We
guys
did.
performed
Yeah, we
down.
did.
We
You
did.
won a VMA
And
with him.
Angel.
I know.
That's crazy.
Keisha.
Keisha QR was there, so
That's
she shared the
incredible.
stage with him. That was like the best.
Yeah.
So in the past week, you guys performed at the VMAs. You won at the VMAs. You released your third album. Like, how are you guys doing? This is like a whirlwind week. How's
It
everything
is.
feeling right now?
It's definitely a whirlwind, and I feel like I'm really sad that it's over. Like, I knew going into it, I told the girls, I was like, I'm so excited, but once we finish off of the stage, like, I'm gonna be really sad because I want to do it all over again. And sure enough, I want to do it all over again. It was definitely the most monumental night for us, I think, especially in our careers over the last 4 to 5 years. And we've worked so hard. We've had an amazing relationship, with MTV, and they've been there from the start too. So we're really, really grateful for, their love and support and just the crowd and just the opportunity. Yeah. And the liveliness in the room. I feel like it's a magic and energy that's indescribable.
So
You'd have to be on stage to like really feel it.
I gotta ask you about that split.
Oh no.
Yes, queen of splits.
You literally got a shout out. I think it was BB Rex.
Yeah, BB.
I did.
We love her.
She did it. She gave me a shout out like 3 times.
Literally.
throughout the night.
Monty
love
went
BB.
viral for the
love
split.
She's so
It was
cool.
amazing.
No, I love her. Like girl power all the way.
Was that like a planned? It must have been a planned thing. but
Well,
was
shout
it
out
like-
to our choreographer Sean Bankhead. He will have us doing all kinds of tricks on stage, whether we're singing or not. But luckily, I pulled through.
That's incredible. Was it kind of like nerve wracking leading up to it? I would, I as
did you
someone
do
who
in the
cannot
splits?
do a split or get close to a split.
Well, actually, I'm going to tell you what happened. So, for the beginning, when we fell back and my mic pack actually came off.
Oh, wow.
The whole thing. So, for the whole rest of the performance, I had no ears. I was winging it. Whoa. So, I was like, okay, well, if all else fails, I can't even hear myself. I'm about to bust this split real fast.
I'm about to bust this split.
Monty, you
So,
literally,
it kind of saved me.
you would never have been able to tell ever.
Thank you.
You were full of.
I was freaking out and praying to God.
I'm sure.
In that moment.
Now, and obviously the performance had, this intro that became like a viral thing. And everybody was, I think it was like our number one story, like the performance was the number one story for Billboard on Facebook, I think, after the VMAs. Like, were you guys surprised by how many people were talking about those few second intro, or did you know that people were going to be talking about it?
I couldn't say that was necessarily the intention, because I feel like the whole performance was just a creative capture of our story. So from beginning to end, there's so many different elements that told that story. So I don't know if we particularly thought people would only focus on that, but it was an element that was important to our storytelling. So it's cool that people talked about it. Hey, people were talking about our performance. That's what matters, right?
Very cool. So I want to ask about the album. I talked to a couple of you guys about the album already.
Yes.
But now it's out, and you had
it's
fans
out.
reacting to it. How often do you guys, like, obviously everybody, I'm sure all of your mentions are like, oh my God, it's out, I love it. But like, how much do you guys look at like the reactions in terms of, this song seems to be a favorite of everybody, this song, like, people are really connecting to in this way? Like, do you guys pay a lot of attention to that?
Definitely. Yeah, our fans' feedback is major to us. We love watching their reaction videos and seeing what they're talking about, because that kind of gives us an idea of what kind of music, we can continue to make, and all that kind of where we connected the most, which is really important to us in this run around, because we just want to connect with our fans through our music.
Yeah, and I've come across so many people too that love Lonely Night. There's been so many people saying that Lonely
Told
Night.
y'all.
Rexa said on the
Got good
Yeah,
taste.
on Twitter, she was
She
like at Fifth Harmony,
Make it
at
a
Epic,
single.
this better be the next single.
I
Make
love
this the
her.
next single.
I love her.
She's
I think
like
it's just
your
because of
best,
she's like our first stand.
Really
She's
hard.
a first.
BB's a harmonizer.
She
Phoebe,
totally
you
is.
are in Fifth Harmony. Let's just say that.
Oh, we love you. Yeah, she really
we love it. But
That's
yeah,
so cool.
it's just amazing that people are responding well to our music, because this is definitely the direction that we've wanted all this time, and the fact that we've honed into it and people are responding well to it makes me so happy, because we've been wanting this, and we finally stepped into the studio and we were given the power to create, and especially with Lonely Night, deliver like the direction. We were able to have that control, and that's what I'm so proud of, because now people are loving it as much as we do.
Yeah, you definitely hear a different amount of freedom on this album, and I appreciate that just as a listener, like being able to hear the differentiation between the first two albums and then this one. It definitely seems like you're speaking more from your hearts, and I don't know, it's pretty like
More authentic.
Yeah, authentic's a perfect word. I mean, does that make it more gratifying now that it's out and people are really appreciating it?
Oh, yeah.
And it really helps that we were able to co-write more than half the album, so we're more connected to this in particular than we've ever been to any other record we've put out. But yeah, it's such an indescribable feeling, because we've worked so hard on it in the past several months, and we've really had so many different sessions with different outstanding writers and producers, and we were able to really say what we wanted to say on this album and get all of our feelings out, and it's really great, because in this album you hear kind of all ends of the spectrum when it comes to topics, but we're so happy, and our fans love the music, we love the music, we have our own music on repeat, which never happens.
Literally, on my way to the
Jam.
airport
We
yesterday,
jam
I
to
was
it.
actually listening to the album
Yeah.
and
I
like
feel like
jamming.
every time I look at Dinah's phone, she's
Which
like,
is
listening
seriously
to
not a thing.
Fifth Harmony.
Leave me alone.
You are your number one stan.
Okay, I know.
She
But
literally
it's
does.
like keep saying it out loud.
I think that's what makes
Dinah and
this.
BB Rexa.
Yeah.
Totally.
And what's so cool
Yeah.
too is that we're number one in like 48 countries, and that's like the highest ever for us. Before it was like 21,
That's
20,
crazy.
23, and just the response worldwide, the fact that our music can travel so far and
Yeah.
people are like responding to it, that's like so, like you said, gratifying just to know that. And I also major shout out to our A&R Chris Anakute, because this wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for him. So
I agree.
yeah.
And it's
Very
such a fulfilling like feeling as an artist to be able to put something out that you genuinely do believe in, and it be received so well. And then also just for us internally as artists, we haven't been able to create and do this and share, what's really on our minds or what's really in our hearts for so long. Like, we've always had the ideas, but I think that it was just a matter of gaining respect and kind of proving ourselves, which we've definitely done and we worked our ass off for. So I think that it's really, really nice to kind of gain that respect from the people that work around us.
Yeah, and it makes the process way more fun, to be honest. Like all the press and all the sleepless nights and all of the touring and the creative process, like all of it is so much more fun when you actually like your music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you're
We're in a good
actually
space.
yeah, when you actually connect with your music and you can be like, let's do like these kind of fan events because like this is inspiring this, like, and we think of those things and we want to do those things. It's a whole other world.
Yeah, and right when we dropped our music, you understand, we looked at the schedule and we're like, whoa, we're about to go. Like, there's no sleep in between, and none of us, like, usually we're like, yo, can we get like a day off in between? None of us have asked for that. We're like, let's
That's
just
awesome.
go.
We really have.
We're
We're like,
so
get it.
excited and we're ready to run with it.
Well, kind of along those lines, like obviously you guys are really prolific. You've had 3 albums over the course of 3 years. Every time you drop an album, I ask about it, and you guys are also like, we're already thinking about the next thing. And so, are you guys already thinking about, number 4, or are you more song ideas? I mean, look, this album came out a couple days ago, but like I said, you guys work really fast.
I get that.
Well, it's nice that you're eager for some new music.
yeah,
It's
well,
not
hey,
ahead
it's
of
not
us
just
right
me.
now.
We just dropped it, Jason.
It's not just
Give us
me.
some time,
I know.
Well, we just dropped the music,
Yeah.
so I think this is just a
We're
fresh
gonna
start.
connect and
Let's
ride
just-
with this one.
Yeah, connect and ride
The
with
thing
it.
is, getting
We'll
on
see.
tour with
Yeah.
with this body of
Yes,
work.
coming to the
Exactly.
States because we're going to South America, but we have to go more places.
Yeah, and I was going to ask about that. I mean, is the VMA's performance kind of indicative of what fans can expect from the
Ooh.
live show?
I would say so to a certain extent.
The budget was probably a little better
Yeah.
for VMAs.
Honestly.
To be completely honest.
Budget is the key word.
Yeah, it's
So,
you know,
I
guys,
feel you.
So, but we're
But-
definitely gonna try our best to
Totally.
bring as much of a thematic performance value to what we have this time.
Just like
around.
more
It's
rain
been
machines. That's all.
right?
I need.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
just
just
hit
get
it. We'll
the
hit
rain
up our production
machines
crew.
and the boxes.
Guys, get a rain machine. How
We
much?
could get
Oh,
some sprinklers.
Never mind.
Some hose, guys. Think cheap.
It's like raining.
Get a hose
and then
or
it's
one
not
of those.
raining.
You know when you were little and you had that little
You stuck a
like toy,
fork.
plastic toy you could connect to the hose and it sprinkled things.
Oh yeah.
That would work.
We could get one of those.
Wow.
Target.
Ideas on ideas.
That's like
on
10
ideas.
bucks.
Target.
I'm down.
Harmony with that budget.
Well, guys, again, congrats on everything. Congrats on the album.
Thank you so
on
much,
the VMAs.
Thank you so much.
And looking forward to what's next.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for stopping by the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Said I was an angel. Who said I
All right. Thank you so much to Fifth Harmony again. Check out their new album, Led by Down, featuring Gucci Mane. Love Angel as well, which is produced by Skrillex. And also check Billboard.com because Ali and Dinah actually went through the entire track list with me last week, broke down every song and how every song came together. So check that out right now on Billboard.com.